So, Fee, equality in the industry is something that you're very passionate about. It's something I hope everybody works towards in the industry. Can we touch on your highs and lows whilst working in the industry?
Yep, for sure. So obviously, I'm obviously a female. Maybe not so obviously, I'm also queer.
Yep.
So one of the things, I guess, when we're talking about equality, you've got, as it relates to diversity, you've got both those, visual diversity and then the not so visual diversity. And so, I've been passionate about promoting women in the male-dominated industries that I've always worked in. And, this whole thing's been a journey for me because there's not only obviously gender diversity, there's sexual identity, there's marital status, there's class, race, Christianity.
Trust me, I know all about that.
Exactly.
Because I come from the most racist country on planet Earth.
Yeah, okay.
We speak 350 different languages. We have more than 1,000 different religions, and trust me.
Yeah, exactly. And so I guess that's why I want to be really sensitive about the fact that, I've got my perspective on diversity, but it's a journey for everyone because I certainly, won't have experienced some of the things that you have just as much. You won't have experienced some of the things that I have. And that obviously applies for everyone. And so I've always been really interested in, women in the male-dominated industry because that is my experience and something that I feel like I can have authority on. But I do, like I said, I want to be aware that, I certainly don't have it perfect, and there's a whole range of things. Yeah, there's a whole range of things that you can look at. And so now I work for Nort is a Māori-owned business.
Yeah.
And so, we're really interested, and especially because we're whangarei based, so we've got a significant portion of Māori people that live up there. And so we want our workforce to represent the community in which we operate. And so it's a learning journey for me now, experiencing or thinking about what we do to make our environment suitable for diversity and culture, and not just gender and every other sort of diversity there can be. But I guess one thing I've realised is that, you as soon as you open up your mind to being diverse in one particular area, it actually benefits everything, all the other aspects of diversity. So anyway, we started out talking about women in the industry.
Yeah. You go, I'm letting you carry on your journey and your thought pattern, which is interesting.
And so I guess one of the things that's interesting is this is all I've ever done. It's my own experiences being a female in a male-dominated industry. And so I went to a lunch the other day that was a women's lunch.
Was this the event that you attended in Australia?
No, there was something different that I'll come back to, but it was I can't even remember what event it was, but it was a big event and once again male-dominated, and they had a breakaway lunch for women to talk about women's diversity in the workforce, and I was horrified.
Can I pause there?
Yep.
So you had men and women attend an event, and the woman broke out to talk about
the lack of diversity in the industry. Honestly, it made me the only good. Well, it's good that women get together and have shared experiences, but if we want to get greater diversity in any sort of industry, then men or the majority player has to be part of that conversation. So it was I didn't feel it was the right way to go about improving diversity, was having all the people that are already aware of the benefits and the challenges getting together in a room and leaving the main player out of it. So anyway, I'll put that to the side.
Yeah, park that, right.
One of the conversations that we were asked was, what are the challenges that you've faced being female in the male-dominated industry?
Like construction, yeah?
Yeah. Because I was in construction at that stage. And my response was, nothing. And then they went round the room and asked other people about, people answered the question. And so someone said, when I go in with my male colleague, even if he's more junior, they always talk to him instead. And I was like, oh, yep, I have that.
Okay.
And another one was, always assume that
Does that
I'm...
really happen?
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, okay.
Yeah.
I'm being educated here.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a one-off. It happens routinely. Or being assumed that you're the administrator. Clearly nothing wrong with being an administrator, but that's the assumption. And it's not often that I would suspect that a male CEO is asked if they're the administrator of their company.
Fair.
Another one was that the gender language is always, not always. Another thing is that the gender language is often male.
He, him.
Yep, exactly. And so you're talking about the tradesman or, whatever other language is male orientated.
Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man, yeah. And one of the reasons I hear that is, but all our tradespeople are men, so they are tradesmen. And so my challenge back to them is that if we only ever say tradesmen, it's never going to be tradeswomen, because you're excluding women simply by saying tradesmen. You're creating the story that women do not come onto our site.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I would love to dig into that a bit deeper, but we'll save that conversation for a bit later.
Fantastic.